This past long weekend reminded me of something. This time last year, we were lamenting the closing of one of Sony's biggest disasters. I legitimately can't think if there was anything even bigger than that, but Concord came and went over the Labor Day long weekend, and well, here we are looking forward to another Sony live service shooter in the form of Fairgames. Now, this is one that was earmarked around that time as one to look out forward to, okay? Not because anybody was really looking to play the game or really enjoy it, but it just had all of those trappings that made Concord so successful. But for reason after reason, Fairgames slipped from releasing in 2025 to that being pushed off to the end of the fiscal year of 2025, meaning that, oh, don't worry guys, it'll be coming out before March 31st, 2026. I think maybe potentially. Is that what we're going to go? Yeah, okay, sure, that's what we're going to go with. But yes, Fairgames, the anti-capitalist, the strong black female-led live service shooter crap game that, everybody memed on. I made videos on. We looked at the trailer. It's absolute cringe. But yeah, it actually has, or at least at one point in time, there were people with talent, but it is a reasonably talented studio. But then again, I also am reminded of Firewalk Studios, which was a lot of Bungie alumni. So it's like, yeah, not exactly transferable skill sets. But among the games that Sony plans to release on PlayStation 5 in 2025 include the likes of Death Stranding 2, On the Beach. It's funny, that came out and it got a lot of hype, but I haven't seen anybody really talk about it anymore. But yes, Ghost of Yotai, which, God, that's coming out in the next couple of days, huh? And honestly, it's been funny, right? Because I've seen a lot of people want that game to fail, but I bet it's going to come out and probably be pretty decent because, like, a lot of the cope around that game, like, oh my God, girl boss, oh, they just look at social media, the main actress, oh, she's ugly, and it's like, okay, cool, I can get with you on the whole ugly thing, but, yeah, some of the gameplay actually looks cool, and if you think the big gotcha for Yote is that a bunch of games journalists thought that the trailer at Gamescom is boring, it's like, when did we start to take the opinions of games journalists seriously? Oh, only when you want to confirm your own biases. I mean, guys, Yote's probably going to be decent. I really hope that it's good for the people that play it, because I know a lot of people like Ghost of Tsushima, so I hope this delivers for you. I'm probably not going to play it. It's not really my style. I'm seeing an oversaturation of samurai and feudal Japan style games on the market, and I'm finding it just as insufferable as every other big budget trend, kind of like the Soul stuff. It's really starting to push me off and put me off of this stuff, even though I do like the aesthetic, but yeah, it's getting to be a little bit too much, but I digress. If you were hoping to see potentially see Fairgames, the previously announced live service heist game, then think again. That's because according to reliable and recently fired Jeff Grubbs, Fairgames has been pushed back to 2026. In his Game Master Decides podcast, Grubb responded to multiple fan inquiries about Haven Studios' led project No Fairgames this year. Grubb said, Fairgames, as far as I'm aware, has been pushed back to 2026. And yeah, that was all the scuttle earlier this year, right? Back in February, we got this news because on and around that time, we also heard that Jade Raymond, somebody who made, a lot of high quality work over at Ubisoft, this is before they became a laughing stock in recent years, but when she was there, it's like Assassin's Creed was firing on all cylinders. I'm not entirely sure if she had her hands in the Far Cry stuff, but yeah, she broke off and created her own studio, Haven Studios, and they were working on this, and then seemingly out of the blue, she just decided to pack up shop and leave. Well, what happened? Okay, so the first rumors about Fairgames, an upcoming heist simulator from Haven Studios, started making the rounds online. Many reacted by saying Sony, Haven's parent company, would straight up pull the plug on the game then and there, pointing to the overwhelmingly negative response that the game's announcement trailer perfectly reflected in its abysmal like-to-dislike ratio on YouTube. Now, for better or worse, another sign has emerged that the game may not live long enough to see its release, with a new report claiming that Jade Raymond, Haven's founder and CEO, is no longer with the company. The departure, according to Bloomberg, came several weeks after an internal test for Fairgames, citing anonymous Haven developers who were reportedly concerned about the game's reception and its overall progress. Gee, where have we seen this before? Paging Bungie, paging Marathon. When asked for comment, Sony apparently confirmed that Raymond was no longer part of the team. A company spokesperson said Jade Raymond has been an incredible partner and visionary for us in founding Haven Studios, but we wanted to stick a chick in it and make it lame and gay, and she's like, deuces, okay? If you want to go ahead and bastardize my legacy and my studio, you can do it without my name attached to this, a disaster. And now we move up to, because obviously, yeah, this was news that broke, yeah, okay, back in May, okay? So we got the announcement that, yeah, Fairgames probably not coming out this year, okay? Everybody was memeing on it in the aftermath of the Concord debacle, and it was going to be the next one to come out and flop because it looked exactly like you'd expect it to. And then you heard that, oh yeah, some important people at the studio started to peace out. And recently, yeah, another key Fairgames developer quietly leaves Haven Studios, but we've got no update as to when to expect this game. Okay, Fairgames was the talk of the town a few weeks ago when it was rumored that Haven Studios had canceled the upcoming live service shooter. The claims, redacted within a matter of hours. As far as we know, Fairgames continues to be developed and backed by PlayStation. However, prospective fans for the game have used their eagle-eyed powers to learn that yet another high-ranking departure from the company at Haven Studios, as the game director of Fairgames has left the company. The news comes just 3 months after the studio's founder also left for greener pastures. Recent retraction of the game that Fairgames was canceled was enough to shake the boat considerably, as rumors sent gamers into a spiral. Not really, because I don't really think anybody's looking forward to when they hear a AAA studio come out and say, hey guys, we got a new live service shooter coming out, and everybody's like, all right, oh great, live service. Yeah, for every Helldivers that comes out, I mean, how many other slot products do we see? A Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Concord, Marathon, Fairgames, it's like one's good, 15 are trash. And even still, like, we could probably all do without, like, would Helldivers 2, or is it better served as a live service microtransaction fest? Yeah, I don't really think so. But yes, Fairgames was revealed in 2023, and since the first trailer dropped, almost nothing more has been shared about the game's development. Jade Raymond, one of the studio's founders, departed the team in May, and is now discovered the game's director has also split. Daniel Drapeau, okay, the former game director at Haven Studios, has left the company to take up a role at Warner Brothers Games Montreal. He's now creative director for the studio, most recently known for the Gotham Knights and assisting on Suicide Squad. Oh great, from one disaster to another, which isn't the best track record. Yeah, that's one way that you can put that. As it was reported on Reddit, somebody else wrote, out of the pan into the fire and escaped the Titanic and ended on the Ocean Gate submarine. Oof, that's a timely reference. God, that was, I was shocked to hear, what was that? That was 2 years ago at this point? Jesus Christ, man, time flies when you're releasing slop games, or apparently, I mean, for as much as the game was, it hasn't been canceled, guys, but when asked about the game specifically, I have no info on the game at all. Fairgames has not been canceled. Yep, it hasn't been canceled, but they can't really tell you anything about its development. Guys, it's canceled with extra steps. Recently, a shock tidbit of news sprang up that it was claimed that Fairgames, an upcoming third-person PlayStation shooter from Haven Studios, has been canceled. However, Michael Pachter, oh Jesus, prolific video game analyst, yeah, spoke about it on his podcast, The Pachter Factor, I Want to Die, has now come out to retract his statement and issue an apology for the confusion. Pachter's statement spread like wildfire on social media. The analyst was contacted by Destin Legary, oh my god, former IGN, former Screw Attack, and I've actually met Destin in person. I was going to say a bad word. What a unpersonable individual. Let's just say that. I was nice, trying to make small talk. I'll just go ahead and set the scene on this one. It was at a Screw Tag Gaming Convention, SGC 2013. Yeah, because I was in the Dallas Hyatt Regency. Very nice, beautiful. My favorite convention I've ever been to. One of my favorite vacations I was ever at. Destin was in there. A bunch of people that were also like around him and stuff like that. And they were all just kind of murmuring. It's like, oh my God, that's Destin that's there. And I just asked, it's like, so it's like working at IGN. Fine. And just stare straight forward. It's like, what a piece of shit you are. To see what he's done in recent years is like, well, hey man, scummy is as scummy does, so go fuck yourself. Earlier this year, yes, it was claimed that Fairgames, which has been pushed back to 2026, was in the early testing phases, started to crop up. This game, which was revealed in 2023, will be Haven Studios' first title. Wow. Again, Concord was Firewalk Studios' first game. Funny how it's like poetry, it rhymes, okay? And those who have I'm sorry. And that, yeah, it's expected to be a typical live service shooter under the PlayStation banner, because those have panned out so well in recent years. Yeah, exactly. When it was revealed, I wrote, not me, the author, it's poised rather to offer up a fresh multiplayer gaming experience with players having the ability to launch intense, ambitious heists with their friends while fighting to secure riches against other players in the same environment. Interesting. So you're going to be doing this big heist shooter, this big live service heist game in 2026. Gee, is there something else that's going to be coming out in 2026 with a bunch of heists? Yeah, if you think that Fairgames is going to try to compete with a little game called GTA 6, you're out of your fucking mind. It might not officially be cancelled, but then again, I don't think Beyond Good and Evil 2 has officially been cancelled either. Oh yeah, Jade Raymond also worked on that. Maybe she's seen the signs, and maybe she's seen the writing on the wall, and decided to make for that Ocean Gate submarine, because apparently that was a little bit more sure footing than working with Sony anymore. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Cosmello. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.